Let me get this started. Ah. What is what?
Is it on the second
It's,
half?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What is wrong with this? Why does this keep doing this? Can't I just move this over?
Just make sure you don't pull it up to the top.
Oh, is that my problem? Okay.
Is there homework for 3.0?
So the homework is that worksheet that I gave you? There was a bunch of worksheets on the front of every desk that went back. Okay, maybe I thought I did. Who didn't get worksheets? No, okay, later on you can come up and pick it up, okay? I must have gotten distracted. Okay? Okay, so we're gonna do everything that we did with the matrices, we're gonna do on a calculator now. So we need to kind of figure out where some of this stuff is. So if you look at your second x to the negative 1, see above your x to the negative 1? Everybody find it on the calculator? And if you can't, ask your friend to help you, okay? So the negative 1, that's your matrix. So let's go ahead and hit second x to the negative 1. And here's a menu that we get. All right? We want to be able to put in a bunch of information, okay? So we have our names here. They are defined currently, but these can be defined differently. Math, I'm going to show you what you can find under math. And you can cursor over yourself and look. You go to math, the one that you're going to want to have here is the determinant. That's where you're going to find your determinant information. Okay, so we know how to do a determinant, right? We do down minus up, all right, but the calculator can do it for us. Edit. Edit is really where you want to go initially because edit is going to allow you to change the dimensions. You might have a different dimension than I do because I've been using this. That's because you have nothing. You've never used it. Okay. So notice that they're named A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You can input all this information all at once. Okay. So the first thing that I gave you was that you have a determinant A, correct? So we're going to go ahead and name A according to A. We have to be in the edit. So we're going to hit enter because A is highlighted. Now, it's going to say, and if you have nothing or you might have something else, we have to say the dimensions. This is a 2 by 2, correct? So if you have something else or nothing, you're going to just hit 2, enter, 2, enter. And then it's going to take you to your matrix. And so now you're going to be entering the information. So the first place is a 2, so I'm going to hit 2, and I hit enter. And then it goes over. The next one I have is a 6, and I hit enter. And then I go down, and I'm going to enter 3, and then I'm going to enter 1. So I've filled in all of my places. Now, if you make a mistake, it's going to be user mistake, like you're going to put in a wrong value or something like that. Okay? All right, if we're done inputting A, we're going to now input B. So where do I go to figure out B? Second, matrix. How do I go to B? I got to go all the way over to edit. Edit allows me to change it. And then look, number 1 is highlighted, right? But I want number 2 because I'm going to change my B matrix, correct? And so we always hit enter when we want to make that choice. You all with me? All right, so B matrix is what? What are the dimensions? 2 by 3. This is why you need to know, how to read it row by column. So look, as soon as I hit enter, I've now created a 2 by 3, correct? So we're going to put the information in. It goes 1, 3, is that a 4? I can't really see. 4, and then 6, 8, and what's that last one? 6. Okay? So we've entered all the information into our A and our B matrix. The first thing that you want to do as you do these, because I'll give you a bunch of matrices, is input all that information first. And then you can do all the operations of whatever we're wanting to do. Do that hard work first at inputting all your matrices. Okay. So we're going to get out of this by we're going to just hit second, quit. Okay, so let me see what we have here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to multiply. Well, remember, with matrices, it's really, really important that you get the order correct, right? If I want A times B, then I have to tell the calculator the A matrix goes first times the B matrix, okay? So I don't need to edit anymore. All I need to do is tell them that I want to use my A matrix and then I want to use my B matrix. So I go back to my matrix. So how do I go back to my matrix? Second matrix. Now I am not trying to edit anything. I simply want to use my A matrix. So I'm going to hit 1 because that defines my A matrix, or hit enter. See? It pulls up onto this. Are y'all with me? You hit enter, right, to say that I want to use the A matrix. Now what am I doing with the A and the B? So now we're going to tell them that we want to multiply. So hit the multiplication key. And now where do I go to say I want to use my B matrix? Go to second matrix. And which one am I going to hit now? B, which is 2. So it is asking me, do I want to multiply A times B? If we want to, what am I going to hit? Enter. And there you go. Now remember, A was a 2 by 2, B was a 2 by 3. Therefore, our answer should be A, 2 by 3. If we've done it right, which we have, did we get a 2 by 3? Okay, so all you're going to be doing today is working this out. So as your answer, what you would want to write then is this matrix. And this matrix is, I'm going to run out of room. It goes 38, 52, 44, 9, 14, and 18. Close your matrix and you're done. What do y'all have? So that means I probably entered something wrong on one of my matrices. So let's see what. Oops. So let me see. Come on. Oh my goodness. Second matrix. Okay, so let me look at what I have here. Okay, is that right? 2, 6, 3, 1? Okay, second. No. Quit. So let me see what my B is. So this is like an error. So is it 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 6? Aha! Okay. So let me edit my B matrix. So it should be 1, 3. Okay. Okay. So y'all got the right answer and I got the wrong answer, right? Okay. 2 times A. Well, let's tell it that we want to do that. Okay. What am I going to hit? 2 times and hit 1. Just call it up and hit enter. 4, 12, 6, 2. Okay. Corrected my mistake. I don't know where my little thing went. And so we get 4, 12, 6, and 2. Okay. What is this little symbol telling me to do? The inverse. That was kind of a pain, wasn't it? It was a real pain. You had to find the determinant, then you had to do 1 over the determinant, then you had to multiply it. Well, guess what? All you have to do is go second. Which one do we want to find the inverse of? A. So call it up and see that little x to the negative 1 button? That's going to tell me to do the inverse. Hit enter. Now, I don't like this. This is a mess, right? But guess where we can go to change it from this decimal? Math frac. Math frac. There we go. Oh, sure, I know. That would have, it is easy.
Why do they teach you like doing it without a calculator?
Well, the calculator can do anything for you. The calculator can graph your graphs. The calculator can find the common point of intersection. But the calculator's doing all the work. Why does it work? That's what math is about, right? So once you know how to do it, well then show me, then let's learn how to use it on the calculator. Okay, so this is negative 1/16, 3/8, 3/16, and negative 1/8. Okay? Okay? All right, here we go. Are we all good? Okay, you liking this? All right. So look, we have a matrix times an unknown gives us the solution. Okay, so we are going to call this first matrix A, this last matrix B. All right, order is extremely important in terms of dealing with matrices. If I want to solve for X, which is a matrix, we understand, right? I need to move my A matrix to the other side. That inverse matrix always goes in front of the existing matrix that is on that side. In other words, do not give me B times A to the negative 1. That's not right. I need the A to the negative 1 to be first, and then the B matrix. It has to be in that order. The inverse that gets moved to the other side has to be your first matrix in that order. Okay? So I'm saying inverse always goes first.
Why would times be?
Because let's think about this. If I give you 3x is equal to 5, I'm going to multiply by 1/3. I'm going to multiply by 1/3. How do I move it to the other side? By multiplying by the inverse of that, right? That's all that I'm doing. I'm just doing it with matrices. So if I'm dividing by that matrix, I'm multiplying by the inverse. Okay? So we're just going to do this on our calculator. We're going to say second matrix. I want the A, and I want it to be negative 1 because I have to use the inverse. And then I'm going to multiply it, so times second matrix. You should be doing this with me, 2. And so I get this, which then I want to turn into a fraction. Oh, is A different? Oh, yeah. Okay, clear. Sorry. So, yeah, let's go back and change. Thank you. I'm thinking we're using the same one. So, let's go. How do I change A? Go over to edit. Thank you. Is it a 2 by 2 still? What are the dimensions? Negative 3. Okay, and let's change B. So cursor over to B, edit, go down to B and hit enter. And what is that one? It's a 2 by 1. Okay, and what are the dimensions on that one? Negative 7. So you know where your negative button is versus your minus sign, right? Make sure you're using your negative button, not your minus sign, as you're inputting a negative value. So you're going to do A inverse times B, right? And you get 5, negative 3. So x is equal to 5, negative 3. Did we all get the same answer? I don't know if that would work. Let's see. Because matrices, I don't think you divide with matrices. But let's see. Matrix B divided by, yeah, you can't divide with matrices. So we have to use inverses.
So I don't understand how to solve this problem.
I'm going to take this to the other side. It starts as a matrix on the left. It becomes the inverse matrix when it moves to the right. Sarah? Well, because look, What's the reciprocal of 3? 1/3, right? Okay. Isn't 3 to the negative 1 1/3? Yeah, you did this. You did this in algebra. In negative exponents become positive in the denominator. Okay. So 3 times 1/3 1/3. That's 3 to the negative 1 times 5. All right. Right. So you take A inverse times B. And then you get the matrix 5, negative 3. If you were to check what, babe? If you wanted to do it longhand, that would be the only way you really could check it, right? Do it by hand. Okay. All right, next page. Here we go. So you do this one. Yeah. I mean, you're work together the whole time. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. That's what I got. Did y'all get? Same thing? You guys get it back there? The test on this is Friday. So there's really not going to be a whole lot of review. You've got this worksheet to do. We'll grade it and make sure we've got it right. Better not, because I've got a test plan for Friday. Okay. All right. Did we all get this now? Are you guys good over there? Okay. All right. So here's the beauty of matrices. You know, substitution and elimination. You don't have to do it. You can use matrices. Okay? So, yes, this was on YouTube. The question that I said when solving with 3 equations and 3 unknowns, what 2 matrices do you have to enter? One of them is what? Well, it would be a 3 by 3 for 3 equations and 3 unknowns. This is going to be a 2 by 2. And the last one's going to be a 2 by 1. This is your coefficient. This is your x and y. This is your answer matrix. Just watch.
That's the equation. So it's 2 by 2, 1 by 1, 2 by 1, and another.
So what goes into my first matrix? It's the coefficients. Make sure you include if it's negative or positive. Not yet. I want this written down on your notes. Okay? This is times x and y. Because look, if we multiply 2 negative 3 by xy, don't I get 2x minus 3y? If I multiply 2, negative 3, row by column, don't I get my first equation? Row by column gives me my first equation. Row by column gives me my second equation. Okay? It is cool. Well, hold on. This is equal to 19, negative 7, right? This is my A. This is my B matrix. How do I solve for this? X, Y equals, what am I going to say? A inverse times, why is it A inverse B and not B inverse A? Because inverse comes before the other one.
Do you always do the inverse of A?
Yes. Well, you do the inverse of your coefficient
For this particular.
for any equation problem. So plug it in, pop me out an answer. What's my ordered pair? What'd you get? Which means this is ordered pair of 5, negative 3.
Wait, so B is the answer one?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when there's
Mm-hmm. I think there's one more page. So did we all get 5, negative 3?
oh, yes. We put it in order. Yes.
Probably should. Are we getting it back there? Okay. Anybody not getting it? Okay. So here we go. Skip this one because we just did this. Let's go to this one. Now, notice there is an X, a Y, and a Z. If you're going to get this right, then there has to be in the same order X, Y, Z for every one of your equations. And if nothing is there, what do we insert? 0. X, Y, Z, X, Y, oops, no, Z, X, Y, Z. Okay? So, my coefficient matrix is going to go 4, what? Negative 1, negative 1. And then negative 1 and then negative 1, 4, and now what am I going to write here? Yes, and it goes down. All right? Are you all with me?
Yes.
And then over here, my answer is going to say negative 20, negative 27, and 23. Okay, this is my A matrix. This is my B matrix. Therefore, I am going to do that X, Y, Z is equal to my A matrix for the inverse times my B matrix. So work it out. Tell me what my ordered pair is. Bless you. Olivia, what are you getting? 51/13. Turn around and help Sarah, Emma. Oh. Huh? It's an ordered triple. It goes X, Y, Z, and so it's negative 50/13, 51/13, 9/13. So you can physically do 3 equations and 3 unknowns by hand, but it takes a long time. It would take a whole piece of paper to do one problem. And look at, that's an ugly answer because it's dealing with fractions, right? So from now on, when you have simultaneous equations, you may use substitution, elimination, or matrices. I could care less. You've been tested over it. We're moving forward, okay? You have plenty of options to choose from your bag of tricks. There's one other thing that's not on here. Remember, to do a determinant, you need what? What kind of a matrix? Must be a square matrix if you're going to do a determinant. Okay? Are any of your, so I think your determinant for this XYZ, right? You can do that because that's a 3 by 3, correct? So let's find the determinant of this last A. So find your determinant button. Do you remember where that determinant button was? You find your determinant first. Where was that under? That was under the math key. It was under the matrix math, right? You went to matrix. So you hit the determinant, then you go to your matrix and hit A. And so then you hit enter and you get negative 13. So no longer do you have to do determinants a long way. Okay? All right, so the worksheet tells you what I want you to do. If you didn't get one, just come on up. All right? Verse 1 says something like evens. 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 Test corrections. Okay.